And yes, the Arnold Classic will be a good show, but one I want to see, because I know James always done his dieting himself and that, but now I think he's working with Stefan, and he's even at over 300 pounds now. He's pretty hard, so I think James can get that real grainy Dorian look. So if he can hold that mass and come in with that grainy look, I see James easily being a top 3 if he hits his peak right on with that mass he has, because James still has, like I said, he has a great symmetry, legs, calves, back, everything. He has everything there. So if he gets the conditioning right, James could be up there amongst the top guys as well.
Yeah, 100%. I want to share the screen and show his latest update too, because he's looking very impressive. I think he's dropped down to 295 now, so he's cut a little bit. But yeah, tiny. But he just posted this one today, and and people don't realize James is like 5'9", 6 foot as well. Like, he doesn't look it in individual photos, but he's a tall guy.
I was surprised when I first met him in person at the Olympia. I was surprised he was tall. Like you said, because he's chunky and got the muscle in photos, you can't tell his actual height. So, but for that body weight, he's not fat by any means. That's for sure.
Oh God, no! Like, this is his latest. This one was from about 5 days ago now. And I like how he cut this off. How he cut his head off, because now it's just James Hollings, because there's no head. But
some of his
he's
shots,
not missing anything.
Legs, some of the shots with his legs and the striations and that, he almost, in some things, he almost looks like the white Kai Green.
Yeah, because he's got those striations. This is what, 11, 12 weeks out, like 295.
Yeah,
it's pretty awesome conditioning. So yeah, I'm very impressed. And the thing is as well, he's really not missing much. He's got the traps there. Yeah. His shoulders are good enough. His arms are good enough. The only thing that people really question from the front is his abs and the depth of his abs. But the thing is, if he gets conditioned enough, I don't think anyone was really talking about it back when he won the British Grand Prix. No.
So, like I said,
I'm excited to have James on next week.
He can get that real grainy Dorian look. Like I said, I wouldn't count him out come the Arnold.
Nah, definitely not. So, yeah, I'm excited for James. And this, I've actually mentioned this to James, this was a bit of an underrated package just because of the lighting and what we saw in the photos that came out. But he was pretty big and pretty conditioned in this show, the Arnold UK a couple of years ago. But I think he can better that.
Oh, yeah.
And come in really, really good. So,
I hope very pumped for James. Hope to catch up with him in Gen when I'm over there. So, I'll give him all my tips. I'll give him all my tips, and then he'll be a winner.
Exactly.
Coach Wiley,
yeah, so I actually just posted up a bodybuilding news video that I sent it over to Mike, and he's posted up on the IFBBAMA channel, where I discuss James a little bit in that one, but I discuss a whole bunch of people. One of the people I discuss is his name's escaping me now, Chris Aceto's son, Fareed. So his name's Fareed Mohammed Aceto, and he's actually just got sponsored as well, so shout out to Fareed. But he's 19 years old, natural now. He's not, we mentioned this a little bit on another podcast, but he's got a great shaped physique, and he seems like he's got his head screwed on really, really well, which is something different to what we see from many 19-year-olds that are getting into bodybuilding that have a good physique. So, and Lee, you are probably known as being the guy that probably was the craziest 19-year-old just about ever. You won Mr. Australia Open. You should have got your pro card probably several times as well. And I suppose seeing Fareed, I'll bring up some photos in just a minute, which is Chris Aceto's son, under the guidance of Chris Aceto. He seems to not have any issue taking advice from his father as well, which is probably pretty rare.
That's right.
So what do you think about Fareed in the future?
Competed, and I went to help her out. I'd tell her to do this and do that, and she would argue with me. So I just gave her a friend of mine's phone number, and he did her diet and training. And I'm thinking, he told her to do the same shit that I told her, but she didn't argue with him. But because it's your father, they argue with you more. No, I don't want to do it. It's like,
I know, and it's like, who has much of a better resume than you? You know what I mean? People will give you cash. Like, here, take this stack of money, prep me, and someone's doing it for free. But it's like anything. Anything that's for free, people just don't value it as much, even if it's from your own family members and stuff.
Exactly.
And I think you're more reluctant to take advice from your family anyway, because you're like, oh, what do you know?
Exactly. It's like I need somebody else to tell me, and they can tell them the same thing, and they go, "Well, guess what he told me to do?" I'm like, "Well, didn't I tell you to do that?" But you argued with me.
Exactly. But one thing that impressed me, because obviously being natural as well.
I hope Steve Blackman doesn't see that picture there. Be fucking with the glutes.
The glutes.
That could be taken down for pornography on Instagram. Those type of pictures.
Yeah, for some reason that's not playing for whatever reason. But is this one going to work? Oh, this one's working. But he has that sort of that natural look. But when he flexes, it's pretty impressive, you know, for a guy that's not been into it for too long and going to college. And do you know what I did love? Fareed actually put up a video, and it's almost like the Sam Sulek effect, where for some reason it's not letting me click on his profile. But oh, that's weird. Maybe it's because I'm on StreamYard at the same time. Let's try here. No, it's not. Oh no, I think because we're already on Fareed's profile. Never mind. But he put up, it was a video, or Chris Aceto maybe put it up actually, and it was him in his, I suppose his college dorm room or whatever you call it, and he had like the stuff that like either his mum or his dad sent, like these pans that like you got a handle that connects to all these other things, and he's showing his meal prep and how he does it all, and I'm like, that is definitely like bodybuilding as a teenager, you know, and it just reminded me of me bodybuilding when I was younger, and I'm like, that love you have for it back then, it's like, I don't think that I'll ever get back to that level of love for bodybuilding that I had back then, because it was just like you had such passion for it when you first started.
And the way you'd suffer too, it's like you'd wash your tuna underwater and think this is how you got to do it, and you made it so much harder for yourself when you're young. But it's like you have to be like this. You have to be hardcore and miserable. Otherwise, if you feel too good, you're not doing it right. It's like you got to suffer.
Yeah. It's just, it's weird how our minds work. This is probably a bit better lighting here that he's sitting in, but just a great shape. Like, do you think this guy, I mean, obviously it's shape. Like, you know.
I could see him like be like in, say 5 or 10 years time, we could be looking at someone where, you know, we saw those pictures of Samson when he first started. He had the shape down there, but not the mass, and now you're comparing to what he is now. We could be seeing the same with Chris's son. We're looking at him now, he's got everything where it needs to be. Another 5-10 years, we could be seeing a boom. Look at the size now. So
yeah, I think we probably will see something like that too.
That far too is depending on how far he wants to go. Whether he's just doing it for a bit, and then, you know, when you're young, your mind can change in a couple of years. Something can come along. So, but right now, he's looking great.
But yeah, Fareed looks incredible. Like, I'm super impressed by what he's bringing. And he competed, I believe, it was at, I don't know if it was for Teenage Nationals or which show it was. I think it was for Teenage Nationals that he did. I don't know. I mean, I sort of assume he won, but I'm not 100% sure. Now, Lee, I'm just going to quickly leave the studio because... Oh, I can hear you again. I can hear you. Okay. Oh, now I can't. Fuck. Anyway, I'm just... Okay, I can hear you now. Yeah, sweet. Okay, I think we're good.
You sure?
But yeah, super impressive there from Fareed. But Lee, another topic I want to discuss, and then we'll probably get into a few of the listener questions. Let me just bring up my list of stuff that we've got written down. Sorry, 1 second. Bring it up. Oh yeah, one thing that I wanted to bring up as well, Tyler Manion, we sort of discussed this on another podcast too, but he put up a physique update, which is like I was thinking, as Tyler, I would never want to put up a physique update based on the fact that you judge the best bodies in the world, like the best bodies on the planet. Now, he put this up and he looked pretty damn impressive. And he said, I'm getting back into it and all that. And I'm like, I would like to look like that if I was just getting back into it, but obviously a lot smaller than IFBB Pro. But I was talking to, I think it was my dad, and I was like, Tyler Manion, I mean, there's not many people that I'd probably want to be more than Tyler Manion right now in life. Like, the dude is decent looking dude, pretty good physique. He's obviously, you know, doing well business-wise, financially. He's vice president of the IFBB and the NPC, I'm not sure. And he's obviously got a wife now as well, which was, you know, one of the top bikini competitors in the world. So the dude is absolutely killing it. But I was super impressed. the fact that he's at shows every weekend and has the schedule he has, because he would be pretty damn busy. Yeah, I was impressed that he's able to actually do it and walk the walk, and I think it's cool.
I think people appreciate it more too when you actually have someone that's in the sport and actually does it, so they have an idea of what you're going for. Because I remember in the old days when we had judges who never trained, some of the judges would sit there and be obese. You could tell they've never done a diet in their life, and I know a lot of competitors will be like, who are these fuckers judging me? They've never been in a fucking gym, they've never been on a diet, and they're telling me how I should look and stuff like that. So it's good when you actually have people who are running the sport, who, like Tyler there, trains, he knows nutrition and stuff. So they actually, to me, that's better because they know what the bodybuilders on stage go through, and that compared to just some judges who have never done it. Yeah, they might have an eye for a physique, but yet it's almost like you don't respect them enough because you don't know what I've been through. Whereas Tyler doing it, you're like, well, he knows what it's like to train, he knows what it's like to diet, so you sort of feel better towards those type of people judging you.
Exactly. And the thing is as well, if Tyler, I suppose, hit some poses and he hit the poses like completely the wrong way, it would be just subconsciously as an IFBB pro, if Tyler goes backstage and tells them how to pose, they might, they're still probably going to take his advice, but they'd be less likely to. But the way he's even hitting this as well, he's pulling the back shoulder around and showing the striations in the pec, like he's hitting it right. Like maybe you can pull that front shoulder back a tiny bit, but he's actually doing the right things. So, it's cool. It's very, very cool to see. I just want to sort of highlight that as well, because it's not something that, I don't know if we've ever seen it really across other federations where someone's been the head of a federation or the vice president and they've got their shirt off and shown what they're looking like, because it's it'd be a position where I'd be reluctant to show how I look, but shout out.